Okay, maybe this is better. Here we are. Okay. I must have accidentally made the first one private or unlisted, I think. That's unfortunate. Guess we're starting a couple minutes late then. More MD, that's good, that's good. Okay, yeah. That's okay. Chandini, hello. Sorry, I'm just getting this started on my end. I started it a few minutes ago, but then apparently I made this stream like unlisted or private or something, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was like, I can't see the stream on my channel homepage. But yeah, that would be why, because I'm dumb. Who am I? What do you mean? I'm a dude that plays Mech Arena. I assumed if you're here, you were a subscriber. If not, I'm not really sure what you're doing. Ah. Do this. Revenger SP, hello. How's it going? I barely managed to escape that. Oh no. Is something wrong with the audio, Sniper? Oh, you said never mind, but like, still. If there's anything wrong with the audio, I do want to know about it. Kamakshi, hello. You're good? I'm doing good too. Thank you for asking. Just can't hear the game. Oh, interesting. I wasn't aware of that. I have to fix that for next time, I guess. I don't think anybody said anything about the game sound last stream, so I didn't even know. I didn't know you couldn't hear it. Can't hear your game, but you can hear me. Okay, okay. Am I playing in test server? Nope. I don't have access to the test server, unfortunately. Okay. Grab these. All right. Jimmy Jones, hello. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm not really sure why, Revenger. I'm gonna assume it's because my average views have been kind of taking a dive lately. But they've been okay for a while. I don't know. They don't seem real interested in making me a partner, to be honest. Pretty good. That's good. Dang it. I was trying to fire one at him, but I missed the button. Alright, this guy. Ah. Need to fill a form, and then you can also keep your ID, and then you can give him ID channel link. Yeah. I did that. I did that multiple times, actually. Oh, jeez. Ran right into that. I don't know. Man, it's up to them to decide who they want and who they don't want. Maybe they don't think I get enough views for it to really be worth it. Pay to win match, let's see who wins. Interesting. Disc launcher's way too good, dude. Thank you for killing that guy. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, I'm the last person here. Sentry, hello. Lightspeed, hello. Things are not going well. Come on. Can you not do anything if you're not literally invincible, dude? Lightspeed, you didn't think Sentry would be here? Why? Did he say something about it? Hello, Sir Ruffles. Hello, Sir Lightspeed. The Master, hello. What's up? I was just finishing dying to some guy. Honestly, I don't even know how high his squad power was. It didn't seem like it was that high. Never mind. It was. So he has just kind of like the basic stuff, but like a stasis beam panther isn't something you would expect to see. Oh, okay, so arc 12s. I don't know. Like, this is the sort of setup that I'd expect, with the exception of Disc 16s. Like, I'd expect to see, like, Stasis 12s, maybe Disc 12s, maybe Arc 10s. I'd expect to see this setup on, like, a 4800 at most. It's not a fantastic setup, to be completely honest. With, like, the stasis on the Panther, anyway. You're screwed? Yeah. No, I was definitely screwed. You just copied your discs yesterday. Very, very nice. You're happy the matchmaking is good again? You know, I never actually had a problem with it. Like, I went against one dude that was like 3,500 a couple days ago. And that was the extent of it. Apart from that, literally nothing. Ask Ruffles, I'm always here. The one that never shows up is you. Yeah, Sentry is pretty consistent. Yeah, he does usually show up. It's all good, though. I think I should go as you're busy now. I mean, you can stay as long as you want, Revenger. I don't mind. Since you haven't been in the recent streams, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, sometimes you just can't make it because you got your own stuff to deal with, and sometimes it's not like the best time zone for you. So, in that case, it's unfortunate, but I don't necessarily require you to show up just because you're a stream moderator. But like, if you do show up and you have the time, I trust you to, you know, get rid of timeout people and stuff that are acting up. Do I have carbines? Yeah, I have all of them. You wish you had 6-star Ares. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's 20 energy, yeah, so opens up a lot of different opportunities that are really nice. 1 minute? Okay. Gonna check your Discord. It's morning for you. Yeah, same. Quick dual arc 12 on Stalker. Ooh, it's dangerous. I do like to do that sometimes, but I kind of wanted a long range build, so we'll do this. There we go. Keep my long arms in just in case the map kind of calls for it. You live in Alaska? I live in Michigan. I don't think I've ever known anybody who lived in Alaska. That's kind of cool. You have to have Arc 12. No one will stop me. Yeah, right? It's about 11:30 for you. Yeah, it's 11:20 for me in the morning. Noel, hello. Am I playing on PC? No, I am not. Jim Jones, you're in Indiana. Very nice. Yeah, I'll show it. I'm not looking up anybody's ID right now. Pre-time. Sorry. What about Surge gameplay? I mean, I love using Surge. Tournament King, hello, hello. What am I focusing on today? It's an interesting question. I actually haven't really figured it out yet. Can I upgrade Killshot to 3rd rank? No. That's it's just a splurge of resources that I won't do anything with, so realistically. I'll change my hangar around use some different setups, but I'm not gonna do anything that requires, me to upgrade something or upgrade the rank of something or buy something that I don't have or, spend a lot of implant parts on like implants or pilots. So, Michigan is a nice place too. Memories of moving to Alaska when I was 4. I did. I always remember going to Michigan. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't been out of state very much. Went to Mississippi once. It was very hot down there. Get out of the way, please. I'm about to die. Yep. There we go. Fadeless, hello. Research. Oh, that's right. I wanted to use Stalker too. No. Come on. How did that kill shot not do damage to you? Uh, there's a way to avoid it. If you're moving, if you're moving sideways while they're dashing towards you, most of the time they will miss. So long as you're like in a, at least kind of quick mech. Obviously, it doesn't work with everything. It doesn't work with Surge. Get out of here, you cretin. I didn't know which way I wanted to go, left or right. You have Surge after a while of deciding what to get. Interesting. I mean, it's fun. It's not that powerful, all things considered, but it's a lot of fun. It's only 575 A coins. I mean, I don't care. It also costs credits, all of which I want to save for the new tank mech that comes out. I'm not just gonna do a random upgrade just for the heck of it, because somebody is like, oh, upgrade this thing because you have the resources to do it. The only reason I have this much is because I saved it up over a really long time. Well, also because I got 500,000 from the 500,000 credits from the battle pass that just ended, but I don't use it just because I can make an upgrade doesn't mean I'm going to. You're back, okay? Good, good, good. Let you join my Discord server. I mean, the link should be in the description of the stream. I don't think it should just let you in if you join. Yeah, I'm not doing Hangar reviews right now. I haven't been out of state in almost 9 or 10 years. I'm 13 right now. Interesting. Very interesting. So you wouldn't even really remember it being out of state anyway. Oh, nice. Finished that. What about Brick House gameplay? That's an idea. Lightspeed, you're only 13. I didn't know that either, but you know, some people are younger than other people. Arctorn 12. Yeah, Arctorn 12 slays. It's really good. The word cretin reminds me of Jazz's death in the Transformers movie where Megatron tore Jazz in half. It was so sad. I'll be honest, in the Transformers movies, I wasn't able to keep up very much because all of the Autobots and like all the Transformers, they were so detailed and they looked really cool, but like all thrown together, it was just a mess, and I couldn't tell who was who, and it got me like a bit less invested in like what the names of them were. So I watched the what's it called? The Transformers Prime cartoon series. I thought that was really good. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I thought that was pretty darn good. But I watched that a while ago, multiple times, I think. And so I got invested in that because that was nice. They made it nice. Century, you're 7? I don't think you're 7. Are you just messing with people? You're 7, nice. I'm 2. Ender, I do believe that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Shall I moderate your server and make it OP? No, thanks. I had a dude a while back who I gave moderator role to, and he changed my server up the way that I didn't want it, and then refused to change it back. And he insisted that it was, it was good, but I didn't want it that way. So I only allow moderators for the people that I actually trust to do things the way that I tell them if I ask them to do it. I feel like you're 15, 6 years old, 16 years old. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ender. Yeah, he's between 12 and 15, I would assume. Totally wrong. How old are you, Ender? If you don't mind saying. I've been asking the same thing for 2 months and I haven't gotten mod. Look, Ender, it's because I don't trust you. I'm just gonna make that clear. I'm sorry, but you pretty regularly don't do what I say. No, I don't trust you. Sorry. You're at very least you're gonna have to not spam random messages in the channels that I tell you not to like put messages into. Like my YouTube channel, that's not for random messages. It's only for YouTube links. Today's update when I remember I scrapped my legendary rocket mortar radius because I'm an idiot. I haven't scrapped any of my legendary implants. Well, that's not true. I had a couple duplicates and I scrapped those. The Master, you are 14. Okay. You watch Transformers Prime. Nice, and that was your first anime because of this one. I mean, that's like calling Disney movies anime. It's really not. There's a difference between like classic anime and then technically anime. And cartoons, a lot of cartoons are technically anime, but they're not actually. Century World, then it's the best anime. There you go. You watched every bit of Transformers on your old TV? Nice. I might have to rewatch it. It was just like the movies, they're alright, but such a mess of like things going on that I couldn't really keep up with it. What skins for Brickhouse? Oh yeah, that's true. I have this one. No, this one was a white one. Petronillo, hello. Revenger, I'm not sure what you're saying. I think you're saying that your phone's dying, but you can either plug it in or, take your leave. Either way, I fully understand. Belix, you had some work to do. That's why you joined in late. It's fine. I've been live for like 30 minutes. It's alright. The strongest mech, that one mech who has a hammer. I don't get it. To be honest, I'm shocked Ruffles made me a moderator so quick. I guess I'm somewhat trustworthy. Well, I joined a lot of Scape streams, and I saw that you were very consistent and, reliable on his streams. So I was willing to make you a moderator on mine. I just didn't necessarily know if you wanted to because you were already dealing with scapes. So, but yeah, if you're generally trustworthy and consistent and reliable, then yeah, I'll probably trust you. Those Americans don't know Hindi. Yeah, most of us anyway. Unit terror. Hello, hello. The Sentry give me the mod power. I don't even think Sentry has. No, no, yeah, he does. Never mind. He should have the ability to give people. Well, he has the ability to give people roles. I don't know if he has the because I know. Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I use a setting that like uh doesn't allow mods to like mess with roles or permissions of like any higher rank roles. So like owner, so nobody can mess with that, and I don't. Then they can't take it off of me either. I don't know if they. Do you guys have permission to assign roles? You're definitely not 15. I mean, I think he might be. I mean, I think he could be, I guess. He doesn't act very old, but like, neither did I when I was 15, to be honest. He just, oh yeah, I'm excited for it. I was really hoping it was going to be out today, but yeah, no, it keeps getting pushed back further than I want it to. Wow, everybody's dead. All right, where is this guy? There was a shadow back here. Where'd he go? Did he die? All right then. Guess that's the end of that. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I didn't really want to. Don't worry, boys. Oh, it dies so fast to this thing. It's kind of scary. Oh, okay. Wasn't paying attention. This thing does really make a not really arc torrent sound. Like I think they just tried to make it like a heavier arc torrent sound, but it sounds like a Gauss rifle almost. All right. Destroy. You know it's gone too far when that happens. You really do. You know that something is horribly, horribly wrong when that happens. Oh, okay, he did. And you know what streaming app I use to stream? Not Chinmai. I'm using the actual like YouTube app. I don't know how recent it is, but YouTube and Twitch, at least semi-recently, um, they updated to where you can stream straight from the app. You can stream your screen, like a screen share. Usually, at least the way that it used to be for both of those was the only way to stream directly from the app was like streaming the camera of your device, but now they included this screen capture version. That's what I've been using for the last couple streams, but I didn't realize until today that you guys can't hear the game sound from this, which is unfortunate. So I might have to go back to one of the other apps I was using. There's the what is it called? Streamlabs. There's a Streamlabs app, which is nice. It streams really well. Monster kill on stream. Was it a monster kill? I wasn't even paying attention. Um, the Streamlabs app works well, but I have some issues like stopping streams. When you go to stop a stream, it doesn't really do it. You have to like go to the app and force stop it in order to actually get that to happen sometimes. And that's irritating. There's also a game called Pacific Rim Breach War. Interesting. Pacific Rim movies were alright. I mean, I thought they were cool. Like, as movies, they weren't the best, but... Did I ever see you in Mech Arena? Your name is Heavy Metal. That sounds sort of familiar. I feel like maybe I did once or twice. You didn't use Brickhouse? Oh, you're right. I'll do that. The floating logo, this is just the result of me using the YouTube app to stream. I can turn this into like a face cam, but I'm not going to. You can like increase the size of it. This is the smallest that it gets, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just like the floating window that, you know, you press it and then that brings that stuff up. You can't get rid of it, unfortunately. At least I don't think so. Emotional damage, yeah. I'll use Brickhouse, don't worry. Streamlabs is nice for overlay. Yeah. I need to stream to my laptop and then have, you know, like I can play on my tablet but stream from my laptop. And I tried to do that several times, but I can't seem to make it work. And it's irritating because every time I try, I have to like actually physically go live. I guess I could just make it like private or something. What do you think about the bonus drama stuff that was implemented in the game? I just came in. Did I miss a lot? Uh, well, you missed a lot of bonus drama stuff, which is arguably not the worst thing to miss. I think it's fine because if you go over here and then you go over here, and people were freaking out about this because, you know, it gives paying players less for their money. And that's true, it does. And then you go and you see time limited bonuses. None of these are time limited, so clearly they're going to add time limited bonuses. Basically like shop offers, but probably just shop offers, but for all of these 6 different purchases that you can make. Potentially. I mean, maybe it'll just be for one, but you can assume that, you know, the time limited bonus is basically like a shop offer, but maybe more common, like slightly more frequent or something like that. In which case, so long as you buy at the right time, you're actually getting more for your money. So I think that kind of evens out. Why not the face cam? Lightspeed, it's because the way that I play. I don't necessarily angle the tablet directly to my face all the time, and I have my hand over the camera, over like the front-facing camera. So that would not go well. The original is not an anime first, but is inspired by the... Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? You guys talking about Transformers Prime again? I don't want to hear about how it's an anime. It's not. Anime was the reason it was created. Yeah, so were like a couple live action movies, I'm sure. It doesn't make them anime. Anime is like a style of, it's like a style of show. It's not an idea or like a, I don't know what else to call it. Take the bonus tab. Bonus overview, super bonuses. Mech Arena was milking pay-to-play players, but pay-to-play players are angry now. I mean, not really. You don't have to spend any more than you don't want to. Everybody's talking about this game like, I have to spend this now. Oh my gosh, they're making it so pay to win. You don't have to spend shit. You can just not spend money if you don't want to. I know lots of people who like are adults, they have jobs, they have plenty of money, they just don't spend it on the game because they don't want to. Hitbox is boycotting now. Yeah, it's because they're making a bigger deal out of it than it really is. I just wanted to face real time. We got Ruffles things new. Okay, fair enough, Lightspeed, and that will happen someday, I'm sure. And when you do, I want it put into the Discord, please. Transformer game? Yeah, there's several Transformer games. There's a lot of like. I would like to get into like some top-down strategy games, not gonna lie. Because the sort of thing that I like is like sort of slower paced strategy that has a lot of options. Like, I know there's like really popular ones like StarCraft and stuff, but that's sort of like it doesn't give you a lot of options. Like, if you don't do something a specific way, you are very likely going to lose because it's just made so that you have to use basically the meta strats every time. And I kind of want to like have something that's a little bit more versatile with that, but top-down strategy games would be a lot of fun, I think. Wonder how old Ruffles is. Well, wonder no more. I am 22. I'm not sure you've heard of comics before. Need to hack Ruffles for this because he's never going to give you face reveal. Never gonna. Oh, okay. Ender, you just gotta put that into everything, don't you? I will do face reveal at some point. It's just, like I said, it's not convenient because I'm not streaming from my computer. If I was, it wouldn't be much of a problem. Do I have Lancer? I'm pretty sure you have to buy Lancer. Like, it's one of the things that you literally have to do in the beginning of the game. But yes, I do. I wonder what's his favorite chip. Sun chips, actually, Dragon. I named myself after the chip, but I have never actually liked the chips that much. Don't ask what the logic is behind that. But I was like, what was I? I was like 10 or something at the time. And I just decided I was going to make a weird like game name. Cuz I was just playing with my siblings. I wasn't allowed to play online games until I was like oh jeez. I think I wasn't allowed to play online games until I was like 18. Not even kidding. So I just played the single-player or co-op version of Star Wars Battlefront on the regular Xbox. I just played that like all day, well, as often as I could. I didn't play a whole ton of video games, honestly. Wow, okay. I spent a lot of my time doing like more creative things. And I'm okay with that. You know, I would prefer that I spend my life, at least the earlier years of my life, being creative, kind of figuring out what I like to do. Because now that I'm able to just do anything, it is fairly likely that I'm just going to waste my life just playing video games and do nothing else. So, yeah, I never regretted that. Aw, you stole it. Uh-oh. He's gonna... He's gonna do me. Okay, there we go. Gotta figure out what's over here. Just in case. Uh-oh. Hello, good sir. He doesn't like it. Oh, yeah, he's gonna kill me. Never mind. I gotta get in before someone... Oh, we froze each other. That's not good. I thought Ruffles was a fun way of saying truffles. Well, I mean, it is now. They're two different words, so I'm not really sure why you'd think that, but you know, I'm not gonna ruin your dream. You almost have what? For anyone who's might be about to say Brickhouse is OP, it's not. Brickhouse is not that good. It is fairly good with long arms, but that's about it. And most people who use long arms use them because they don't have access to railgun. Owie. And most people don't use multiple, what's it called? Sniper setups. So, in general, since that's kind of the only good setup for Brickhouse, it's not really a great idea to get Brickhouse at all. So, I don't really care about getting it, I just want to make it not red. There you go. Okay, so there's one more. Where he at, though? Oh, he's over here. Yeah, get the beacon. At least do something. What a legend, he takes chunks out of the freaking sun. I do. Can I do a solo mech challenge? I could, yeah. You know, one of these days, I'd like to do like a Mech Arena Nuzlocke. I don't know how many of you know what that is. But basically what would happen is like every time one of my mechs dies in a game, I can't use that mech again. And then I just see how many games I can go for. I would absolutely love to do that. But then again, like, it really just depends on how many real players you go up against, because you'd either be super screwed or you'd get super lucky. How long do I play? On stream, usually like 2 hours. It's got rough rolled. Do I have Redox? I do. I have it maxed out. It was actually the very first mech that I maxed. You have an account without Lancer. Oh, interesting. It's part of the, like the... It's part of like the tutorial, I think, is to buy Lancer. You probably don't have to, but Shadow challenge. What about using Shadow is a challenge? The Master. Because I don't use my shotgun Shadow because when I do, the game ends, and I end up getting like 4 beacons and 15 kills. Just with that. So if I don't spawn my Shadow, it's Mostly because I kind of want to try using something else that game. How do I read comments while using the YouTube Live app? I am reading them on my computer right now. I have it up. Nachime 13, 18. Wait. What are you talking about? Yeah, sorry, Revenger. I answered that a little bit late because I was playing. It's like the guys in Mech Arena that name themselves Zephyr and don't have it. Yeah, exactly. So you expect one thing, but you get something entirely different. That's why I'm starting to waste my life on games now. Well, don't do that, Lightspeed. Find something that you like to do. You can sure as heck play video games whenever you want, but you know, so long as that's allowed. But I don't know. I got into drawing like a long time ago, and that's something I still do every now and again. You almost have it. Almost have what? The shadow? What's your favorite orange juice company? I don't know. What about Stalker with autocannon 2? Bricky's weak, yes. Jewel I can do. It's my favorite orange juice company again. I don't know. Could donate to implement Nuzlocke rules for you. Man, yeah. If you for anybody, and this goes for YouTube or Twitch, if you're okay with donating and you want to donate something, I absolutely appreciate it. When you donate and you leave a message, feel absolutely free to tell me like, hey, do this challenge, or hey, use this to upgrade this mech or weapon. I'll do it, 100%. Do I play on PC or stream on it? No. I'm streaming from my tablet and I'm playing on my tablet. I'm just reading the comments on my computer. I tried to stream for my PC on several occasions, and I would really like to, but I can't seem to get it to work. And that's really irritating. Checking who was his first donation? Who was my first donation? I think it was Scape. Some people say you can play Mech Arena using a controller. You can, if you connect a controller, or if you play on BlueStacks and then connect a controller to BlueStacks. I tried it. It works terribly. And that's because of the camera movement, like the left-right turn. It doesn't work very well with a controller. It's either really hard to be accurate with snipers, or it barely turns, and it's really hard to like actually turn all the way around. So it's really bad for like close range. So genuinely, I believe that controllers are not very good. And it's kind of the same thing with like PC controls. In my opinion, it is much easier to do what I'm doing on my tablet than it would be on PC. I see a lot of people playing on PC, even like Mayor and Negative Man, Omniverse. I think they all play on PC. When I'm watching their games, like they have to stand still and then wait for a second before they start to like reload their weapons. And I can only imagine that it's because it's inconvenient to actually like reload weapons in an instant. And I have my controls set up to where it's just like super convenient and I can do everything really quickly. Not to mention, PC is for like accuracy aiming games. Like you being able to use a mouse, that makes your it makes your accuracy really good. And that's great for a lot of games, but this game doesn't need it. Like there's not a lot of accuracy. Not only do you only have to aim on one axis, because you don't even have to aim vertically, like only horizontally. Not only that, but also like you get the aim assist that is pretty large. You get, you know, just generally large mechs in the game. So like even on a small phone, you can accurately hit your long arm shots if you're decent at it. So it's yeah, PC control's not worth it. Do I know Honor? I know of him. Don't know him personally. When you use move, it goes up. Who was the first donation that donated to you? That's what I mean. Pretty sure it was Scape. He joined in on a stream one day and he donated a couple dollars. We can beat up people on PC using long arms. Yeah. Using a PC doesn't really give you any benefit except that like when you're recording, it's easier to like stream and record from a PC. And you can get better graphics quality and it's not so laggy and yeah, there's obviously, benefits to that. But in general, one of the most useful aspects of like this game, like mobile games in general for me, is the fine-tuned movement. Since like you can't necessarily fine-tune your aim, you can fine-tune your movement though on like the left stick or, pad, whatever you want to call it. But you can't do that with a computer or like keyboard. You have four analog controls and you can only choose between the four of them or maybe combine two of them to get in like a 45 degree. But again, it's not really optimal for this kind of game. Can I do a 1v1 against you? And if I kill one of your bots, would you upgrade kill shot? No. I've said this before, and I don't necessarily mind the idea of this. I would like some kind of random challenge. But this is basically inviting everyone to be like, oh, 1v1 me next. And if I win, then, you do this. And then, like, it's just going to end up in a never ending cycle of me 1v1ing people, which I genuinely don't really want to do. I think 2v2s are boring. 1v1s are even more boring. So it's just a never-ending cycle of me 1v1ing people, and then if I happen to lose, like, one mech or something, if they do anything, then I'd end up having to spend resources that I, worked for a while to accumulate that I'm saving for something else on a mech that I don't plan on using, like, ever. Mech Arena is coming on Play PC. I did hear about that. Which is nice for it's nice for like the PC players. No blue stacks. Yeah, exactly. It makes it more what do you call it? Makes it more convenient for them, yeah. What is my favorite control point capture map? That would be Skyship 11. What tablet do I use? iPad? No. I have an iPad, but I use it for drawing. It's like a bit too large. It's like 3 times as large as the tablet that I use. I use I think a 9-inch tablet. It's the what is it? I think it's like the Tab A7 Samsung. I just said kill one of your bots. Yeah, I know. Again, dark side, I don't necessarily mind the idea of it. And I would do it, but then that would basically be telling everybody else, like, hey, he's gonna 1v1 everyone, and if he loses to anyone, then he's going to upgrade this thing to max, because people are gonna take it out of context. And I wouldn't do it, obviously, but like I don't want to be bothered by it, by people expecting me to do it. Going against the rules on purpose. Yeah. Feel free to remove Ender's messages if he starts to spam. Also, Ender, we don't allow that kind of language here, so. I'll also put you in a timeout, why not? You just got a new subscriber. I appreciate that. Oh, geez, somebody else spamming. Sorry. Calm down, Seth. I didn't even see what he was saying. I was like scrolling down. I was trying to get to it, but apparently, it wasn't worth getting to. My ID. I am not open. I mean, you feel free to invite me, but I'm not going to necessarily accept it because my friends list is full. Am I too nice? I wanted to warm him. In terms of Seth, yeah, I don't know what he was saying. I timed out Ender because he was swearing, but I don't even know what Seth was saying, so. Yeah, you don't. I mean, feel free to warn people if they do something, if they start to spam. Sometimes, usually it's just a younger kid, and that's just how younger kids are. Uh, that's how they text people, like even their friends. That's how they message on Discord. I know that for fact. Um, so, you know, just tell them after that if they don't listen. Uzumaki, hello. And you're spamming you on Discord? Well, is it like the DMs or just on Discord, like on the server? Pretend you have two choices. First is to hire an editor or edit it yourself. Um, that's an interesting question. By the way, my friend uses me to edit his video. He's lazy. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, for obvious reasons, I edit it myself because I don't make near enough money from this to be able to pay an editor. And I wouldn't want to just be like, oh, you're my friend. Can you do this for me? Well, now you're stuck into it. If you leave, you're a bad friend. Like, oh, hey, Naga, how you doing? But yeah, like obviously, for obvious reasons, I just edit it myself. But like if I had the choice, assuming for whatever reason I was making that much money or um, I didn't have to pay or something like that. Theoretically, would I rather have somebody else edit it? Yeah, yeah, probably. I really find editing tedious. Speaking, can you edit my vids? And edit his thumbnail too. You have to eat dinner, so bye. All right. Have a good dinner. How much money do I spend on this game? Well, that depends. I mean, the only consistent purchase I make is this. That's at 6 hours, 54 minutes. It's $5. I think it's the best deal in the game, as far as I'm aware. Ah. But I do spend more than that, obviously. But that depends on like, if there's something new, if there's like an event for something. If I'm trying to, get something specific, or if there's other like really good deals that I don't necessarily know the time frames of. Your thumbnails are really lacking. Dude, Century's been having a great thumbnail game lately. I'm liking that. I need to step up mine. I really just need to edit my videos more, but dude, I don't want to. After starting to stream more, I've realized that this is like I don't want to spend like hours editing a video anymore. It's so tedious. And of course, I go to my thumbnails thinking I have to do something different every time because that's the way that I do my videos. That's the way I play the game. But that's really not true. Like, lots of channels literally just They literally just they just have the same kind of thumbnails in every single video. What if I say my age first? I don't think Sentry wants to, and that's fine. I respect the man's privacy. Our friend was like, when I said I will not edit, said, why Mr. Beast big you choose edit? And just sit there busy. Mr. Beast can afford to because he makes a lot of money and he pays his editors. So just tell him that. Mr. Beast pays his editors. They don't edit his videos for free. Heck no. I was wondering, are my thumbnails good? I try to make them unique. They're really good, Century. I really like your thumbnails. And like, they're, at least the two recent ones that I've seen, they're kind of similar in that it's just like a, you know, kind of like a dramatic looking scene of like the mech that you're, like the mech build that you're using, and then like a photo background, but that's fine. So long as you make it look nice, all of your thumbnails can look literally the exact same. It'll still pull people in because you're not like uploading 50 videos at a time. You're uploading one a day maximum. So you can, but either way, I won't say. Yeah, exactly. If people don't want to give information about themselves, that is completely fine. If you're okay with doing it, all right, great. Don't give people like, you know, your credit card info or your social security number or something like that. But if you want to tell people your age, go ahead. If you don't want to, that is completely your choice. They're awesome, just need some text. I mean, they don't even really need text, Lightspeed. I mean, you might be able to use some. You could try it, but I know lots of successful channels that don't put text on at all. It's just like a nice looking picture. It's a picture that people see and they're like, wow, I wonder what's going on with this. It looks cool. There's this guy, IGP. Some of you probably follow him. He plays a lot of horror games. But his thumbnails are amazing. He makes them look creepy. And he's got the titles and, you know, he does whatever with the title, but he doesn't put text on his thumbnails almost ever. And I think myself and a few other of his subscribers have asked him about it. And he does actually make his thumbnails himself. You got the Maverick first try. Nice. Thoughts on cringe TikTok? I don't even watch TikTok. It's a waste of time. It's like Reddit. You get on, and then, like, before you know it, you've spent, like, 3 hours, and you've accomplished literally nothing. So I stay away from that. I use Photoshop mainly if I'm on PC. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not too familiar with Photoshop. I use Procreate on my iPad, but I haven't even used that for my thumbnails just because I'm lazy and it's a different device and I don't want to like spend that much time doing it, but I should. I really should. Damn, he took 5 seconds to chug the soda. Could be gone. I haven't even actually drank it. I did spill it on myself just now, though. Gosh. Dang. Well, that's unfortunate. At least I didn't, like, knock it over. It was just a lot more full than I thought it was. But, man, that's a thing. It's a thing that makes me angry. Especially if it's coffee. If I like knock over my coffee, I'm mad for the rest of the day. I guess that you're around 26 then. My age is 19. Nice. I mean, yeah, if Sentry doesn't want to say, feel free to guess, but like, don't put it in like a way that like he feels obliged to correct you. Thumbnail, I spent at least 3 hours. Dang. I mean, I think I spent like 8 hours one time just editing a single video. And that, yeah, it's so long. I'm not spending hours upon hours on a thumbnail because, like, theoretically, it couldn't, it could just not even be good at the end. I'm not like that good at thumbnails. Ender, you changed your. No, he didn't. Did you change your profile picture? Or is this just a different account? Because I noticed the C in Colossus is not capitalized. I'm not sure if it normally was or not. Sentry, I need to know what you use for thumbnails. He probably uses Photoshop. That's just what most people use. It's, I mean, it's the best, like, photo editing software out there, so. Ruffles, do you have some tricks on getting A-coins without buying them? Interesting question. Yes and no. I mean, obviously, you got the best source of them is going to be tournaments. And I know a lot of people are like, what's the best way to get A-coins but not tournaments? Because I don't want to play tournaments. Like, well, sorry. If you want to grind A-coins, tournaments is kind of the only way to actually do that. But here, with all the skins and stuff, I cleared this crate out. And I'm really not close. I still have like 40 skins left in here, but my chance for A coins is like 15%. My chance for resources is like 80%. So I don't really spin that anymore. But I do get a good number of A coins just from this. So after a while of playing, so long as you know, get fortune keys from the tournaments and such, you can actually get a decent number from the fortune vaults. Other than that, just like specialization sprees and stuff like that. Specialization sprees always give 300. Other events sometimes give 100. I play you. I don't know what that means. What do I use to edit my thumbnails? Do I use Photoshop? No. I literally just, in the video editor, I literally just like create like a 5-second video clip and then take a screenshot of it because I'm lazy. So I have a Discord? Yes, I do. The link is in the description. So I'm getting to all of these so late. It's banned in my country, India. I respect India. You mean TikTok is? It's probably for the best. TikTok's really cringe, yeah. What editing app though? It's called Power Director on Android and Apple. You can get like a PC version of it too. But like transferring my files from my tablet to my PC would be super inconvenient, so I don't. Just sub to Sentry. Nice. Yeah. Sentry and Lightspeed are both content creators in here. Lightspeed's been doing it for a little while. Sentry's a little bit newer, but he makes some sick thumbnails, so go ahead and give both of them a subscription. Or at least, you know, check out the channel. Little Riffle's gonna do some work now. Okay, Darkside. Have fun. Yes, dude, my job. Yeah, some people have jobs, Ender. Hope that goes well. Your bag, Sentry. You didn't hear. What did you think of? What did I think of your thumbnails? I think they're great. Oh, they're good. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Ever used text to speech? No, I don't like it. I don't like that voice. Part of what drives me crazy about TikTok is that stupid TikTok voice. I'm not even going to try to imitate it because no one can do it justice, even if like they have the most annoying voice in the world. It's just a monotonous thing that just ruins the mood of every single video. Drives me crazy. Boom shakalaka, what up? What's up, J fam bam? Who is wait, is that Swinky? Do I see Swinky somewhere? I hate text-to-speech bot and TikTok. It makes my skin crawl. Exactly. Give you a heads up on my next video. Sentry. Title is I'm Vengeance. Good. A Batman reference. I like it. The Texas voice. They ruined it. Oh. TikTok ruins most songs. Yeah, it ruins a lot of other things too. Like my afternoons, so I don't bother with it. I used to I used to post like my drawing time lapses, at least some of them, on TikTok, and I did again sort of recently, just 'cause it's a way to get my drawings out there. I used to upload my drawings to YouTube, and I post them on Instagram, and that's about it. Sometimes Reddit, but not always. 'Cause Reddit's just a rabbit hole. But yeah, and I do that, for some exposure. I do get some commissions sometimes. I'm actually considering link putting my uh I'm actually considering putting my art channel like as a featured channel on here. But I don't know how many people would even care, to be honest. Motorola is a cool underrated mobile company. Interesting. Sunny D is a company that failed to make mobiles, so they just made juice instead. I guess that makes sense. They had all that battery acid left. It also ruins childhoods. Yeah. You don't have Play Store? No, you can't make videos. Wait, what? Sentry? I mean, even if you use a computer, you could edit it on that. There's free editing softwares on PC. Better ones, honestly. Most kids my age either post cringe cesspools or they dive in these cesspools. Fair enough. Yeah, it's all terrible if you think about it a specific way. Ruffles, I subscribe. I appreciate that, Uzumaki. Jim Jones. I would. I'm an artist too. Nice. What kind of art do you do? I like exclusively draw robots and mechs. And that's just because I don't know, almost obsessed, I guess you could say. But like again, I don't know a lot of like mech or robot games or shows or movies, and it's because like as a kid, I wasn't able to access like online anything until I was like 18, except for schoolwork. So I wasn't exposed to a lot of these like popular things. And they're like, "Oh, are you familiar with this?" And it's like most of the time it's like, "No, I am not." And in terms of games, I don't know. I'm really big on mobile games. And when I get into a mobile game like Mech Arena or War Robots, those are the two games that I've just gotten like super invested in. And when I do that, that's really all I want to play. I don't really necessarily want to like be a variety gamer, which like I love to watch variety gamers on YouTube though. And part of me thinks that I like at one point in time I'll try that too. Like I said, like top-down strategy games would be really cool. Maybe I'll try that at some point, but I don't know. I just have like infinite ideas for like channels that I could make for different things because I love to do a lot of different things. But then trying to manage all of those channels would be basically impossible. You don't own a computer, you own a laptop. That is a computer. It's, it's not a desktop, but it's a computer. Can I do Hangar reviews? Not right now. Can I max Tengu? Am I capable of maxing Tengu? Maybe. Am I going to max Tengu? No. I want to, but again, the only reason I have this many resources is because I'm saving it for the new mech. And I want to make sure that I'm able to get that. I want to make sure that I'm able to get Aegis up to at least rank 6 pretty quickly. It's also too easy to grow on TikTok. It makes me jealous because I put effort into my vids. Oh, dude. People on TikTok don't want to see quality. They just want to see bullshit. I'm telling you. You don't know 16-year-old online game vibe? No, unfortunately not. I spent 1.6 thousand A coins for 0 VRPG 8, unlock 100. What? Are you saying that you spent 1.6 thousand A coins for nothing, and then VRPG 8 you got it for 100? Or what are you saying? VRPG 8 isn't worth getting, also, for anyone who wasn't aware. You should not be spending A coins on that. I have it, and I could use blueprints for it, but I'm not even gonna waste 400 A coins for blueprints. Not unless there's at least a 75% chance that my A coins are going to be, put to something that's more valuable than 400. Play with Killshot. No, it's still base level. Make an animations channel. You're a good artist, so why not? I've considered it, Ender. Like I said, I've considered so many things, like variety gaming. I love to watch it, so I'd love to play it. Like horror games, I absolutely love watching horror games on YouTube. And I'd love to try that too. Like there's so many things that I like to watch and so many things that I would like to do. And my favorite videos aren't even necessarily the ones that are like nerdy and statistical like mine are. But that's just the way that I am. The way that I am is nerdy and statistical. I like to watch more entertaining, funny, well-edited content, but like making it, no, I can't do it. I'm just not good at it. In terms of an animation channel, I will at some point. I really believe that I will at some point. But again, keeping up with multiple channels is difficult. You should be Ruffles being bad at animation. I mean, that's an idea. My art channel is just NB Art because that's just my initials, and then art because obviously. And I couldn't really think of anything else, so. Could you use Arc 10 and 6 on Shadow? Interesting. Yeah. Favorite pie? Key lime. By far. You are pay to win. Why? You wanna explain to me why I'm pay to win? I'm pay to play. That means that I spend money in order to use certain things. I don't spend money in order to do better. If I wanted to spend money in order to win, which is exactly what pay to win means, I would just buy Killshot, Panther, Zephyr, and I would literally just upgrade those, max them out, and completely destroy everybody. And it would cost me a lot less. So no, I'm not. Is Apex Legends Mobile already on Android? Yeah, it is. I don't like the idea. Hold on. Speaking of variety gaming, I've been playing PUBG Mobile recently and I love it. Really? That's fair. I hear that Apex Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, all very, very popular, and I'm sure they're good games, and I don't have a problem with that. But then when I go to like play, when I go to play a game like that, honestly, the only thought in my head is I could just be playing the actual version on my PlayStation instead of a mobile version. I don't necessarily play mobile games because I like the way that they handle, which I do, but that's not really the reason that I play it. The reason that I play mobile games is because there are no good console mech games out there. Not like PvP mech games. And like PUBG, Apex, Call of Duty, they're all a lot more fast-paced action and strategy, and I'm not not that good with that. I play Apex with my brother on my PlayStation, and I suck at it so much. And that's just because it's not my kind of game. Like slower paced strategy games are what I'm into because I don't know. I can't think very fast, I guess. Hey guys, you think Aegis Shield will be indestructible like the Panther Shield? I think it will. Can you please arc 10 and 6 on Shadow? Yeah, in a minute, Master. I'm trying to catch up to chat real quick, alright? Petronilla. Esha Naga. Yeah, that's Naga. Maybe we can play some matches sometime. In terms of like PUBG Mobile, I don't know. I don't know if or when I would ever get that. If you're talking about like Apex on PlayStation, yeah. Do you or anyone know the game called Shadow Fight Arena? It's a very good and interesting game. Try it out. I've heard of it, yeah. I forget exactly what it is, but I think I've seen it. And yeah, it looked interesting, but not like my type of thing. Let's play Apex Legends Mobile even better. I hear it's pretty good. PUBG is cringe. It's like 99% Indian kids play. That sounds very racist, Ender. In fact, I'm gonna remove that. Dang. PUBG has 500 million downloads because of Indians. Alright, well, also racist. Goodbye. Free Fire is cringe, PUBG is cringe, most Indians play, I'm India. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean a lot of Mech Arena players are from India, but that's again, that's fine. Maybe Indian people just play a lot of mobile games. And that's kind of messed up. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dragon. Mech Arena is popular with non-cringe kids. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of obvious toxicity in like the global chat, but in general, it's not that bad. Your shadow redesign was very good. Oh yeah, that the post. Thank you. I wanted to kind of make it sort of like the Matt Conqueror gave me like some phone wallpapers, and like you can find it in a different community post. But he gave me some to share with everybody, and I kind of wanted to make something that was a bit like that. I think the Lancer one was like a legitimate 3D model. But yeah, I don't really even use like textures a lot. I just like straight up paint things most of the time. Try reacting to Gen Z memes. You know all those people. Chica John, sure you get subs. Like all those people who literally just like make a living by reacting to stuff that other people made. Like, none of that living is even technically, like, they don't deserve any of that, but they get all the attention for it. And that sounds so bad, but at the same time, that would be such an easy way to to make money. And I'm not gonna deny that. You know, maybe I will. Maybe I will someday. But again, like I said, that is also like one of the things that I'm like, yeah, maybe I could do that. But then at the same time, I would have to keep up with like 7 different YouTube channels. And I can't really do that. Especially since I have this one, which I have like a specific schedule for, right? So unless I'm living off of my content, then I can't really find the time to make more content. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's worth a go. Maybe like once a month or something like that. Once every 2 weeks or something. I know a lot of people do things like that. Not even necessarily like super high edited quality content either. It's just like interesting or entertaining content. But every week or two. Do I have Gauss 6? I do not. I didn't buy Gauss 6 when the event came up, and I purposely didn't finish the Gauss 4 Derby event because I didn't want those weapons cluttering up my my blueprint pool, and I don't really regret it, to be honest. Dragon Sun and stuff. Yeah, I can't play Apex or Mech Arena with a console controller either. I mean, maybe it is just the controller for me. Tournament King. Like, it really could be that I'm just not that good with a controller. I was a freaking monster with Xbox, but like PlayStation not so much. The only reason I got it was because that was what all my friends were playing, all and it was what my brother was also playing on. So I was like, yeah, all right. And then I just, I played Apex on that, and I never really used my Xbox after that. But man, Xbox was my thing. To be fair though, I spent like as a kid, I wasn't allowed to play like online games or anything until I was like 18 or something. So like I spent all of my assigned video game time, which is, yes, I had to work for my video game time and I had a specific amount of it that I could use. Some people would say that that's like mean, but it turned me into a creative person and I'm okay with that. Like if I was allowed to play video games whenever I wanted, I would have played video games whenever I wanted. And it would have just made me lazy. I'm already super lazy, so that would not have ended well. You're on Android 11. Nice. I think I'm using Android 11 on my tablet right now. You definitely don't want Android 8. 8 or below. Actually, I think it's... Yeah, I think 8 or 9. You don't want Android 8 or 9 because those, at least for like recording stuff, those don't record internal sound. There's something about those two Android versions. They don't allow internal audio recording. If you have like an iPhone or like an Apple product, they actually like update the the OS, which is nice. But I hate the general like feel of Apple stuff just in general. Not my thing. Still very far behind, chat. No ruffles, I'm Indian myself, and PUBG is for 16 plus, and 10-year-olds play it, no actions will be taken by parents. Well, most of the time, parents don't even know what their kids are playing, from my understanding. But yeah, that is for them to figure out. And people can lie about their age. They do so on Reddit and shit all the time, so. You're on my TV. Nice. think it's because India is generally a poorer country and can't afford computers, which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but at the same time, mobile games are good. Like, come on. You go to like you get to like the US where it's like a standard for every like 20, 30-year-old male to have his own like PC setup. It's like, "Oh, what's your PC build?" It's like, "I don't freaking have one. I like mobile games." And they're like, "Well, you're stupid." Like, yeah, true, but still. You just keep coming back, huh? Ender, are you changing your profile picture or do you actually have two accounts with literally the same name? Can you do Gauss 10 and 6 on Shadow? I don't have the Gauss 6, otherwise I would. I'd try Gauss 10 and 4 on my MD too. Like that would actually be an interesting setup. Not gonna lie. What is my art channel again? It is NB Art. So it's just capital N, capital B, space, art. It's super uncreative, and I do plan on changing the name at some point. I haven't uploaded on it for a while. In fact, I think I put up a video that was like basically saying that I'm not going to be uploading on it anymore, um, which I don't necessarily plan to, at least not the way that it is, because the videos I was making, I wasn't satisfied with, and I wouldn't even watch the stuff that I was making. Like, even if it's a good drawing, and I do watch some art channels, but like even if it's a good drawing, if it's not a good video, I wouldn't watch it. So I had to like take a step back, figure out exactly what I wanted it to be. Um, and I did mention that, but I made a few like live streams since then. I think the last one was like a couple months ago though. Talking about poor Indian is known for their tutorial on YouTube. Yeah, Indian's got a lot of nice YouTube content. Most North Indians are poor due to conditions. Interesting. India is not that poor. That's unfortunate, but good to know that they're not like a poor country. You have buy anti-timeout Game Pass on Roblox. I'm not familiar with Roblox Ender. Dude, reaction streaming is nothing compared to what Pokemon does. What do you mean? Eating beef is illegal here as we think they're gods. Oh yeah, because of like your religion. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. No one can beat my grandma's food, not even Gordon Ramsay. Eat the beef. Yeah. I mean, beef is good. Ham is also good. Like if that's not off limits, it's a nice substitute. I like ham. I wish beef eating was illegal in India. Wait, or are you saying that you wish it wasn't? South Indian people eat beef. Interesting. You worship them, stupid. Yeah, it's part of their religion, Lightspeed. They they think that they believe that they're sacred, I think. Something like that. Also have 30 minutes time limit. What are you talking about? I'm just okay. T-Series must get 1 billion subs. Okay. I don't even know what T-Series makes on YouTube. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a single video. I'm also not subscribed to PewDiePie, but that just makes people angry. I don't care. I'm just scrolling down to the bottom. T-Series must get deleted. Is that where the term holy cow came from? That's an interesting question, Lightspeed. Is it? Maybe it is. All right. I'll use an Arc 10 and Arc 6. Hold on. There is a reason that I consider this to be an inferior shadow build, although a lot of people do use it. Hold on. Put the shotgun on here. And the reason for it is because Arc Torrent requires a bit more fine-tuned aim, and that is something that you really don't want to have to deal with when you are using something that's really quick and like potentially circling around people while they're like trying to hit you. And that is the way that I play Shadow, and I think it's the best way to play Shadow. But yeah, when you're trying to like circle around people and they can't like, necessarily, they can't get a target on you and they can't necessarily hit you very easily. When you're trying to do that, it's really convenient to have shotguns because of the shot spread, obviously, and you don't have to aim very precisely. Arc Torrent, you will waste like half of your ammo just trying to like actually get them. So like you'll just be doing this the whole time, and that's not optimal at all. So when you're using an Arc Torrent on Shadow, you want to kind of keep your distance, but that's not like the best way to play Shadow. But that's the way that you have to play it if you're using Arc Torrent. I just forgot. I just remembered. I don't have the ability duration implant on here. I have the cooldown one. But that doesn't really matter if they're freezing me every 2 seconds. That's unfortunate. What is my least favorite mech? That's an interesting question. I would have to say probably Arachnos, just because it sucks. Like you might think that it's like, God, dang it, man. You might think that it's like Killshot or Panther or Zephyr, but like not really. I can understand why people would use it, and I do have some fun using Zephyr like in custom games and stuff. And I could get behind using Killshot. The reason I don't is just because it's so unfair to use them, in my opinion. Like, they're so much better than everything else that I just got irritated at the existence of it. So I don't use it. But in general, I don't mind it as, like, a mech. I don't mind that it exists, if you know what I mean. The shotgun on Tengu is really good. The only reason I don't use shotgun on Tengu is because shotgun just works better on Shadow. Oh no. How long do I plan to stream for? I don't know. We've been having some very interesting conversations that are completely not Mech Arena related. But they're still interesting. Oh no, come on. BS. Would you like a mech which could use the Force? Nope. Please upgrade Tengu. No, I will not do that. Not right now, anyway. I want to, and I will eventually, but I don't think most people realize that the last 2 levels of a mech alone, because I think Tengu's at 4? Yeah, he's level 4. So I need to upgrade him 3 more times. The last 2 levels of a mech alone cost 1 million credits, and that is a stupid amount. Like that's really, really large. And there's no way that I'm spending all of that on a couple upgrades unless I really want it to be upgraded. And that would be literally all my credits. And I want to have some for when I get I want to have some for when I get Aegis. And you're like, okay, well, you can just exchange from Acoins for credits. Like, yeah, except that I'd end up spending 4,000 on a single upgrade just to get the blueprints for one of those three upgrades. It costs so many resources to get those last few upgrades, which is why I haven't, that's why I haven't maxed out MD yet. It's because I'm just waiting for the blueprints. Only need one more level, but I don't have the blueprints, so I ain't gonna do it. Remember you saying 6 months back the Shadow has mid-range superiority. Well, it did. And it does. Because mid-range keeps you out of the range of Zephyr. But when pilots were implemented, that turned close range into anything from 0 to like 45 meters. So in that respect, technically Shadow never changed how effective it was at a specific range. The definition of close and mid-range changed. So I hold to that statement that it did have mid-range superiority, but now it has close range superiority just because of implants. Heard from someone. Doesn't, well, it doesn't like give money from. That's interesting. I think I did hear that too, Ender. That really sucks too. That would be why I don't see a lot of like larger Indian influencers. I'm pretty sure I've heard that at one point. Sub to PewDiePie or be cast to the Shadow Realm. I guess. I mean, I'm already in the Shadow Realm. Shadow with Arcs. The Arc build on Shadow is good counter to those railgun users. It's a good build in general. Arc Torrent has a lot of punch to it, and it is, I don't know, maybe potentially better sustained damage over a single fight. Like, shotgun gives you 5 shots and then it reloads, and that's, sustained damage per mag. And Arc Torrent has to, like, recharge and get your ammo back, and that's unfortunate. But, like, I think you could do more damage in a single fight using Arc Torrents than you could with shotguns because of just the reload time. Uh, Apart from that, yeah, I mean, there's obviously uses for Arc Torrents. Yeah, you have Arachnos at 6 star. I will let you in on a little secret that I don't really keep a secret. I tell a lot of people this. When Arachnos first came out, I thought it was awesome, and I didn't realize how garbage it was, so I ranked it up to rank 6, like immediately. If only Ruffles' new killshot dies quickly, depending on the weapon. Oh, I know it does. It doesn't keep it from being just like the best mech in the game. One of the 2 best mechs in the game. I understand that dashing into somebody, if you don't kill them, a lot of the times you do die. And that doesn't, yeah, like it makes it so that killshot isn't necessarily like a big survivor mech. And you can't necessarily survive the entire game with it. But in a one-on-one, it is just the best. It's the best mech there is. And it's supposed to be. Like, it's the ultimate brawling mech, I think is like one of, basically the way that they describe the mech is by calling it the ultimate brawling mech. But the game is basically all brawling, which makes Killshot basically just the ultimate mech in general. It's not so much the mech itself. Like, as a whole, the mech is relatively balanced Sentry, and I'm okay with that. But its one-hit kill death button ability is stupid to in every possible way. It really is. the A like you get the AoE on that thing is way larger than it should be. There's AoE implants. It's a freaking melee dash. It shouldn't have any AoE, period. I'm not gonna be here much longer. Okay, Dark Side, you're probably already gone. I'm sorry. Ruffles, are you Indian? No, I'm American. The shotgun reload is faster than arc for sure. It is, but you get a lot more ammo out of an arc than you do out of a shotgun. I shall kill the Juggy for the motherland. It's not really worth it to upgrade Tengu now because the cheetah AI will leave lots of mines on the ground. You can hardly go anywhere near the enemies without taking damage. Yeah, in 5v5s, you get the cheetahs with javelin racks, and they absolutely destroy Tengus. So you have to be super, super careful about those. And in general, yeah, they do wreck me. Which I don't necessarily mind, but at the same time, yeah. Tengu is like a stupidly powerful mech, though. A lot of people are upgrading their Tengu instead of like their Ares or whatever. Like they replace. Well, I guess technically instead of their Guardian. Skillshot is a scout mech for some reason, though. Yeah. Let's see you play Arachnos one time. Yeah, why not? I'll do it. One battle with MD Gauss 10 and 4. I'd love to, but I don't have the Gauss 4. How many times do I have to keep saying that? Death Button Spectre was worse than that, though. I mean, for a little bit. And also, it was only bad because people were bad at the game. Okay? I'll tell you, when it comes to war robots, the slower paced action made it so that basically everything was a lot more skill based than Mech Arena. Like, not gonna lie. There was like a lot of power creep and there was a lot of like, this is just better than this in every conceivable way. And I didn't really enjoy that. But in general, you could bait people to use their ability and then once they wasted it, you could kill it. Death Button Specters, I've died by some, but I also killed a lot. Bot kill shots have melee dash distance implant. Interesting. I've seen some of them with the AoE implant. Tengu will have order. I like Tengu. I think it's a balanced mech. It's not super great, but it's not bad at all. Can you take invitations tab? Oh, look at the invitations tab. I took your advice and changed my hanger. Sure. I'll look at it. Who are you? Who are you, master? Are you Samrat? I don't know. I think somebody said they were Samrat, but I don't remember if it was you. I'm sorry. Tengu is amazing in customs. It's also great in like 2v2s. I mean, obviously not with cheetahs really, but like it is one of the best 1v1 mechs. It and Killshot. Like it does give Killshot a bit of a run for its money. But like Killshot, for as strong as it is and having as much energy as it does, is also the fastest mech in the game, and that also kind of irritates me because it really shouldn't be. I'm guessing Aegis would be the most important mech because you can protect yourself from mortars. I have Jug and mortars still do a lot of damage. Potentially. I've seen a lot less mortar players of late, to be completely honest, and part of it's just because people are learning how to deal with them. But yeah, especially in 5v5s. Open 5v5 maps like Agora, Aegis is going to be super useful. The master. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, here we go. So what was it looking like? Because I don't know. This, not optimal. This is all right. What do you have? 12 energy? Yeah. Also 12, also 12. Um, this is okay. Although if you have arc sixes, that would do better. But you probably haven't unlocked those yet, and that's fine. This works all right. Jabs on Stalker actually does pretty well. Missile Rack on Killshot, very good build. The hybrids that you got here are not optimal at all. 16 energy. This should also have 16 energy. Or maybe it has 20. Yeah, it has 20. So you're using a Rocket Mortar 12 and a Missile Rack 8. If you have the Rocket Mortar 8, just put that on instead of the Missile Rack, and then put the other Missile Rack or the other Pulse Cannon onto your Panther. But what I would actually suggest you do is, because, I mean, not only are you using the Sniper Pilot already, but you definitely want two of the same weapon on here, because, look, you're using a Missile Rack damage implant, and you're using a Sniper Pilot, so you're doing more sniper damage, but you're not using a sniper weapon, so that's wasted damage. But even just the implant, the Missile Rack damage only applies to one of your weapons when it could apply to both of your weapons. So really what you want to do is maximize your damage by using the same kind of weapons on the mech and pair that with the kind of pilot that you're using. This works, this not so much, but you only have one missile pilot, so that's fine. Neither of these are paired up either, but yeah, you're going to want to get Spark for the artillery pilot for Guardian, and I wouldn't recommend that you use two missile rack builds or two of any of the same weapon. I wouldn't recommend that you use two of any of the same weapon on two different mechs, because that makes their general performance in a given map relatively the same. You could do pulse cannons and use red, or you could do long arms and keep using torchlight. So that's what I would do. You used to love Missile Rack Panther. I used it too, way back when. I mean, it's good. Panther is just like really, really good. And I didn't realize just how good it was until I ranked mine up to like rank 4 or something like that. Do I think that the Zephyr is the best 1v1 mech? Not necessarily. I mean, it could be. But I feel like its strength is that it can, like, pacify multiple enemies. It's good for 1v1s. But I think Killshot and Tengu are generally better. Not this one, man. This is my second ID. Well, you told me that was the one to look at. Please look at your other hangar. Well, what's your other hangar called? Tell him to get Fey Rosa and G-Lock. Well, yeah, but that's if you can afford it. I try not to tell people, like, just, you know, get copious amounts of A coins and to buy this weapon that, or pilot that you don't have. It's not always practical. For a low SP power like that, they're going to stick with rare pilots for a little while. Mom, I want Stalker. Mom, we have Stalker at home. Stalker at home. Brick house. Yeah. It's not as good, but with long arms, it's really good. Potentially better. Because, like, you're boosting your other teammates that are hanging back. It's a lot of A coins. You did it. Yeah, everybody's able to do that light speed. Not everybody like grinds a whole lot of A-coins from the tournament, and that's kind of their choice. Same name. Okay, well, I don't know. Check my hangar made a lot of changes and more will come soon. Yeah, Dark Side, I'll check yours. Master, I don't know why you're sending me an invite with two different accounts if you don't even want one of them to, like, be there. So, I'm gonna do Dark Side first. Where are you? Here we go. Disc 16, I see. That's dangerous. Oh, yeah. Shotgun Ants on Zephyr, very good. Arcs on Stalker, also really good. Long Arms on Guardian. Like, one of my favorite Guardian builds is Long Arms. I like it. Discs on Panther, nice. Missile X on Killshot. Also worked very nice. All in all, I'd say pretty good. I mean, you're not using mortars, but probably sick of them like everybody else is. Looks like a very solid hangar. You got like two close range, a long range, a mid range, and then one that's, I don't know, kind of close to mid range. And that kind of keeps your optimal range to where it usually is when you're actually in a battle, so that's good. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say. Um, I have mastered disc. I could attack you while you're behind a wall. I mean, yeah, that's the way discs work. All of them can get ranked up, just need the A-coins. Nice, nice. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to that, but that's true. Nova is available for free to play. Yeah. Yeah, I saw you when I logged in earlier. Go to news. Nova's now in the pilot section where you can buy all the random pilots. Along with Voltaic RPG. Yay! I was wondering why in the world I wasn't getting Voltaic RPG implants. Apparently, it's because they weren't there before, which is irritating, but that works for me. I'll use VRPG at some point, some other videos or something, in case I'm doing Hangar review. Oh, I don't know if I really want to do like a full-on Hangar review, but maybe I will. Do implants affect optimal range? You know, Dragon, that's a good question. And I don't think that they do, but they could. I feel like that's something that like I thought of and I wanted to test it, but then I completely forgot about it and I forgot to test it. I did check the difference between like pulse cannon with and without range implant because pulse cannon range implant seemed super pointless to me because it has a max range of 110 meters anyway. and you would never in your life even attempt to fire at someone with a pulse cannon at a longer distance than that because you're guaranteed to miss and do literally no damage. So I was like, yeah, what the heck does a range implant do? It doesn't really do anything. And it didn't really seem to affect the optimal range either. You're only leaving one up. Yeah. Remove the rest of those. Yeah, I know how to do that, but it's rare to have that situation. What are you talking about? Disc launcher? Watch me do it. I was having to do that today in Fortune Towers map fighting guy. So with DL16 is stressful. Yeah. You can normally you can get out of taking damage by like pressing yourself against the wall closest to them so that it like doesn't curve around and hit you. But another thing you have to be careful of is that if they lose target of you, then they can start just using the splash damage, and then they'll just hit you from just like hitting whatever's behind you or just beside you or something like that. And they'll do a lot more damage that way. So you actually want to make sure that they can target you. And you want to make sure that they're closer than 60 meters if you're trying to hide behind a wall. So like peek and to let yourself be visible. You'll take a little bit of damage maybe, but you want to make sure that they can see you because otherwise they're just going to use a splash and absolutely destroy you. Fighting Disc 16 is easy with Zephyr and Surge. With Surge, no. With Zephyr, yes. The thing about Surge that people don't realize is really bad is that when you're rushing at somebody, they can see you, and Surge has basically no HP. They hit you twice while you're flying at them, and you can't move, you can't dodge it. They hit you like twice, you're dead before you even get there. Implants do affect optimal range? Interesting. By the same percentage, I wonder? I'll have to make a video on it. I wasn't aware of that. Can I see your hangar? Okay, well. Yeah, so long as you give me your ID, I'll look it up. 1221 1086. Okay. It's like the same thing but capitalized, I guess. I would focus on just one account, dude. Like, your other one has like 1,300 and this one has 2,000. Like, I'd just focus on this one. This is a good build. This is a good build. This one, could be better. I would use like arc torrents on Guardian. Like a 10 and a 6 if you have it, or even 2 6s. Pulse cannon's damage is too slow. It doesn't deal its damage fast enough, really. You got your missile racks on Zephyr, and that's a good way to do it. Missile rack is good on Zephyr. I mean, if you have any disc launchers, you could put those on Guardian or Panther, really. Gauss Rifle and Juggernaut. I mean, as far as Gauss Rifle goes, Gauss Rifle is terrible. But as far as it goes, it probably does better on Juggernaut than just about any other mech I've tried, so. It does less damage than Long Arm, even at close range. Like, under the right circumstances. If you are 30 meters away, like strictly comparing a Gauss Rifle to Long Arm, the only way that Gauss Rifle is better is if you're 30 meters, well, I think it's under 50 meters, actually. It's any range under 50 meters over a 15-second interval is where Gauss Rifle is better than Long Arm. And that's just because Gauss Rifle can get in 2 clips in that time, and Long Arm can only get in 1. That's the only reason. Just a question, is it true that you tried to help out Scape and Paradox when I wasn't in the stream? Yeah. Yeah, I was helping Paradox uh figure out who was already there. He had it covered, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know how he was doing it. I don't know how you do it. I was freaking writing down all their names and trying to remember them. It was like definitely not the best way to do it. But yeah. He was all right by himself, but there are a few maps and tournaments where if you stick to those spots, you're more or less safe from mortars, and you can spam disc launcher shots at the bots who expose themselves. That's how you can win the match. Yeah, there's a few maps that are like that. Certain ones with the two with like bridges. Um, Mortar people can't hit you, and they're still in high traffic areas from both teams, so you can get a lot of kills from that. I remember seeing a bot with that Juggernaut and Gauss rifle. I mean, the Ares that I go up against have Gauss rifles most of the time, so you have to realize that Gauss is 5-star and it's OP in 3-star territory. Was it really rank 5? That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of resources. It's a lot of resources to put into a Gauss rifle, but yeah, that would be decent. And the fact that he was using the 6s, like the 4s and 6s have a place because that's the best kind of like sniper weapon that you can get as like a 4 and 6 energy. And I'm okay with that. Do I mind doing the same favor? You mean for next stream? You won't be able to attend Saturday's stream. Interesting. Um, I'll DM you later. We can try to figure something out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Now nothing is safe spot with the introduction of radius implant. Yeah, basically. It came in a crate rush at 5-star. Interesting. I didn't know that. All right. Ender, I'll do yours next. Hold on. Let me find your ID. So much spam, Ender. Why is like everything that you send to get deleted? Wait. Literally all of his stuff. What the heck is going on? If not, then that's fine. Obviously, Paradox is my replacement. Just wondering if you could. Yeah. I'd like to, but yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. Do yours next. I was trying to find Ender's, but Lightspeed is removing all of his messages, and I can't see it. Wait, actually, I think I can still view it. Okay. 1058, 5240. Here we go. probably had him in my invites list. You have sus on your name? I mean, yeah. Disc Guardian, pretty good. I think Disc Launcher on Guardian it's a really good build. Even the Disc Gates when they first came out, and my Guardian was like 28 energy. It was still pretty powerful, not gonna lie. Long Arm Brickhouse is the best Brickhouse build. So if you're gonna use Brickhouse, then yeah, do it this way. That's a good way to do it. I would honestly just not really upgrade your Brickhouse until you get Stalker, and then just replace it, because Stalker's so much better. Arc Torrents on Killshot, that works pretty well. Missile Rack on Panther, also pretty good. And Shotgun on Zephyr, also very good. Obviously, you could swap both of these, but this is probably the better way of doing it. So, 12, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty optimized hangar as far as things go. You're not using mortars or anything, so it's, you're not using the meta, but I imagine you, like most other people, are just irritated at mortars and don't really want to use them. So as far as things go, this is probably one of the best hangars that you can, make out of the stuff that you have available. Very nice, very nice. Do yours next, Prince. Where is yours? Oh, here we go. I found it. 1122 4947. Legionary Saboteur. Yeah, no, I got it. Thank you, though. Have you not noticed Rosa on Guardian? I mean, I didn't check the implants, but I noticed it. Arc 10's on Killshot, that's pretty good. 20 energy, using all that. Missile Rex on Zephyr, also very good. You can replace your Samson with Nova now, if you got the A coins. So that's pretty good news. You got your carbines on Juggernaut. Actually, you have 2 carbine builds. I would strongly recommend that you not bother using carbines. They're overrated weapons, to be honest. Savitar, that's you? Yeah. I've seen Savitar a few times. I didn't realize that was him on YouTube either, until now. But, I see also you have Jester. Interesting. I mean, you could have just used Red instead of Jester, but I suppose Jester's just a generally better pilot to upgrade. Torchlight Panther, very nice. You maxed out your Panther. I do recommend that people just like max out their Killshot and Panther first, and then let everything else just kind of ride off the sheer brutality of that until you can get them upgraded. In terms of like Juggernaut, Guardian, I'd say Disc 12 on Guardian instead of Carbine 12 would work much better. And if you really want a Carbine build, you could keep it on Juggernaut, which isn't terrible. Ares is generally more useful than Juggernaut, but Juggernaut also has its uses. It depends on your playstyle. So I'm not going to say that you should switch your Juggernaut with anything. But yeah, more Arc Torrents, like, well, no, you're using the 10s. You don't really have a place for the 6s, and you probably don't have the 12s. So the only thing you could really realistically get is, like, the Disc 12s. Put that on Guardian. That's a really good build. Even if you're not using the innate skill of Major, as a legendary pilot, he deals a lot of extra damage, and it's just really good. Not to mention the implants are what makes disc launchers so stupidly powerful, not even necessarily the damage boost. I mean, you could use like shotguns on. You could use shotgun eights if you have them on either Zephyr or Killshot, and then put either Missile Rack or Arc Torrent on the Juggernaut. Probably the Missile Rack. That's another option if you have the shotgun eights, because shotgun eights are really, really powerful. Other than that, I would say for the most part, it seems fine. This is like your sniper, and then you got two kind of close range, and then two kind of mid range. But I would say Carbine's a bit overrated because the damage that it deals, although it deals some pretty decent damage, the damage that it deals is over a much higher period of time than most other weapons. At least, you know, weapons like Disc Launcher, Arc Torrent, Missile Rack, Shotgun. Like, they deal their damage much quicker, and that's really just what you need when I max out my Juggernaut. Okay. Planning on unlocking DL12 and max it out. Gotta go. Okay. Interesting. When you max your Juggernaut. Okay, so you're gonna put the Disc Launcher 12s on your Juggernaut. That makes sense, I guess. Sentry, boo, carbines are overrated. Overrated, I am hurt. Look, they kind of are. I'm sorry. Like, so long as you have fun using them and you could use them well, I think another weapon that's kind of overrated is Railgun. To be completely honest, Railgun is a stupidly powerful weapon, but I think it's overrated. People throw a single Railgun on their maxed out Shadow or, you know, whatever other light mech. They're like, oh, maxed out light mech has 16 energy. I'm gonna put the best weapon in the game on it. Railgun, super OP setup. No, that is not how it works. Railgun on a maxed Lancer or a maxed Shadow is garbage. But people don't realize that because they just see Railgun as just like, you know, the answer to most problems. Overrated weapon, all things considered. Still very good, but overrated. What's the lowest DPS weapon in game? Does Arachnos turret count? Otherwise, it would obviously just be like a 2 energy weapon because obviously it's a 2 energy weapon. It does the least amount of damage. So probably in that respect, thermal lance, if you don't include the overheat. If you include the overheat, probably RPG. RPG 2. Auto 2. I mean, Auto 2 has like a good sustained rate of fire and a slightly low and a relatively low reload time. I think RPG 2 probably does less damage per second. Possibly more damage overall. I don't think so, but possibly. But I think it does less per second. Assuming you start with a full mag. Railgun gives me nightmares at night. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night screaming. I mean, like, it's powerful, but, like, I haven't had issues with people running railguns in a long time. And I don't run railguns. And I don't run Panther to, like, block the railgun shots or anything. I just kill people who use railguns. Because they get 3 shots and then they're done for, like, 10 seconds because they gotta reload. And then, you know, if they hit that next shot, they better kill somebody. Because if they're not, they don't. They gotta keep on waiting for more reload. Like, I prefer long arm. Railgun definitely has its, you know, optimal situations. And it's a really good weapon. And I'm not saying that it's worse than long arm. Long arm's definitely not better. but I prefer long arm when it comes to a sniper weapon. And when it comes to a close range weapon, I want something that's going to give me some kind of aim assist, not a sniper weapon that I can easily miss with and then waste like a third of my ammo. I'm not even sure. I mean, that's true, but technically, I feel like technically that would just be a bunch of light mechs because they cost an absolute fortune to like rank up and upgrade. If you're considering upgrade costs, then light mechs cost the most, so I would just use a full light mech hangar. You're probably not going to be back for the rest of the stream. That's okay, Darkside. Thank you for stopping by. Redox with Railgun 16s. I've done it. But again, like, Railgun isn't really my thing. I would prefer a sniper weapon that actually has, like, better sniper damage. Long arm does more damage at a long range than Railgun does. Surge with Missile Rack 12s. Surge with Missile Rack 12s is probably the best Surge build that you can get. Except for with Arc 12s, very good. What are you listing, Ender? What about the weapon upgrade costs? Yeah, it's true. I don't know. If you include the weapon upgrade costs, I don't know. I mean, are there any weapons that cost 3750 for a rank up? I really don't think there are. The most I've ever spent on a weapon rank up is 2500. And I've spent that on an 8 energy weapon multiple times, I'm pretty sure. But Railgun with the max implants and maxed out Maverick pilot is so scary. I struggle fighting those players. I mean, so is Maverick with maxed out long arm pilots implants. You can reduce your like long arm reload time to like 7 seconds or something like that. Get your damage way up, and then you can actually use it as a sniper because Railgun does less damage at a higher range. Any range above 100 meters, it starts to lose damage, which makes it kind of not optimal as an actual sniper weapon. In which case, like, most people just use it as like a brawling weapon. And if I'm going to use a brawling weapon, I'm just going to use like Arc Torrent or Shotgun or Missile Rack or something that's actually made for brawling. That one pay-to-win guy with dual railguns still to this very day scares me. I mean, which one? There's probably so many of them at this point. Can I review that one? Yeah, why not? I don't really know what else I want to play with, so I'll just do this for a bit. 714386. Joker. Here we go. Maxed out XP. Kill shot with Arc 10s again. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a kill shot with this skin have the Arc 10s. I've seen a lot of people with this skin have like disc 10s or disc 12s, sorry, or 8s. I don't think I've ever seen one with Arc 10s. That's interesting. But that's pretty good. Again, carbine, not really the optimal choice here. I would go with disc 12s. Disc 12 costs like pretty much the same as a carbine 12, right? You probably bought the carbine 12 a while ago, before disc 12 was even a thing. I know I bought my carbine 12s before disc 12 was, a thing, so I don't blame you for that. Mortars on Redox, I mean, also not bad, because Redox is really just not that great to actually like use to fight anything. So throwing your mortars on something like that, Keeps you from wasting a good mech, I guess. Rogun long arm on Panther. Nice. I don't find this setup to like synergize very well, to be completely honest with everybody. But, it's the best you're gonna get, right? In terms of, a not maxed out Panther, you're either using two long arm 12s or you're using a long arm 12 and a Rogun 16. But you don't have two long arm 12s. If you did, I would actually say probably two long arm 12s would be better. And then Arc 6 and Arc 12 on Brickhouse. Interesting. Congratulations on the Arc 12, by the way. It's nice. I mean, it's an interesting setup. I've tried it before. But, like, Brickhouse is really slow, so using close-range weapons on it is not that optimal, I feel like. At the same time, there aren't a lot of good 18 energy, like, setups. So you're either using, 16 energy worth of weapons, which you could. You could use, like, two Missile Wreck 8s. Long Arm 8 to Long Arm 10 is a really good beginner build for anyone who has, like, a rank 5 Brickhouse. I think Long Arms are one of the best Brickhouse builds, just in general. Because its ability, like, its HP is good, but it's not that good. Your speed is so low that you're going to take a lot more damage than you really think that you're going to. Like, compared to anything else that can actually get out of a situation, you can't really get out of a situation. So you're taking basically all the damage. And your overcharger does allow you to deal more damage, but it also, like, boosts your teammates. So I feel like a setup that allows you to boost your teammates without requiring, like, a faster mech. And long arms, you don't really need to be fast to use long arms or rocket mortars. Yeah, you can. Every mech benefits from being faster, obviously, but you don't really need speed to use long arms very well. So I think long arm on Brickhouse is a really good one in terms of, like, what you put on Panther. Like, I wouldn't recommend that you use two long arm setups, obviously, but so that's, could be your best option still. My main recommendation would just be to replace the carbines with disc launchers. By Surge, its rank up is 8,000 Acoins. I don't think it is. Should you max or upgrade Arc? I mean, Arc Torn is a really good one to upgrade just in general. So, yeah, you could upgrade or even max out the Arc 6s and you'd get a lot of use out of it even late game, to be completely honest. They're fantastic weapons as of right now. I'll check your Hangar light speed. I shouldn't need your ID. You should be in my friends list. Five fortune keys costs us 3,000 credits. I wish I could buy 5 fortune keys with 3,000 credits. You know how many fortune keys I'd buy? A lot. I'd just spend 300,000 credits and just get 500 fortune keys, and then I'd open up all those things and I'd get a ton of resources from it. Probably more than 300,000, which is why they don't allow you to do that. You bought carbon beta? Yeah, that's what I thought. Revenger, you're back again. Hello. Panther should be swapped with Guardian. I don't necessarily know. only good mech is kill shot with what? Okay. Where is light speed? Here we go. Interesting. So you got 2 disc 12s now. Remember you said that. That's very good. 2 arc 10s on kill shot seems to be very popular. Shotgun 8s on Zephyr also really good. Discs on Ares also really good. This, I mean, it's decent. It's the best 6 energy weapon that you're gonna get to pair with a rocket motor 12, to be honest. So I don't blame you for that. In general, I wouldn't really recommend that people use 2 disc launcher setups, although you obviously could, and you could potentially get some good usage out of it. You could also replace your disc 8s with like missile rack 8s if you wanted, and I think that could do pretty good as well. I mean, as of right now, disc launcher is kind of just an all-purpose weapon, and it probably would work better than a missile rack. But in terms of long term, if anything gets nerfed or buffed, it's a good idea to have the 3 on the left are temporary. What? So these 3? Or these 3? Kill shot is overrated. Yeah, Zeno, I agree. Oh, right. Okay. So these three are temporary. Well, I don't know what you plan on swapping them out with. Zephyr is pretty good. Ares is pretty good. Brickhouse, not so much, but you could place it with like a Guardian or something, is what I would do. And a Guardian starts with like 16 energy, so you get less damage out of it for a little while, but it ranks up and gains energy really fast. So you could put 2 rocket mortar 12s on it pretty quickly after just like 2 rank ups. Yeah, because rank it up once, it gets 20 energy. Rank it up twice, it gets 24. So, yeah. I would replace this with Guardian. Ares is pretty good. Zephyr is pretty good. So, wouldn't necessarily change that. If you're talking about like the builds, like the weapon builds, I mean, Shotgun on Zephyr is also pretty good. That's decent, and this is good, but I just wouldn't necessarily recommend 2 of the same build as all. 2 of the same weapon sets, anyway. You're upgrading Ares. Okay. Bullying. Should we read the messages? Who's bullying who? I still remember the useless kill shot with legs. I don't. That sounds terrible. Sounds like nightmare fuel, and I'm glad that I don't know about that. I really want to wait for Aegis. Yeah, same. I have wanted to upgrade my Juggernaut for a while, but I'm not going to because I'm waiting for Aegis. Also waiting for the meta to settle. After Aegis, yeah, the meta might change a little bit. As it is, rocket mortars and disc launchers and arc torrents are well in the meta. You don't have to wait for that. I'm going to... Oh, actually, I forgot I got that random VRPG implant. really should have just unequipped everything. Cool. I'll leave Brickhouse in there for a bit. The guy had a good hanger and you gave him a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10? He needs to swap weapons on Max. I mean, who are you talking about? Anybody that I reviewed, anyway. They all seemed okay. You can use different weapon setups on different mechs. Some people prefer Railgun Panther, some people prefer Railgun Guardian. Like, you're gonna get a mixed, like, number, you're gonna get mixed opinions on that. So when it comes to, like, that, same with, like, Disc Launcher on Panther and Guardian. Like, some things are just relatively equally effective, and it just depends on how you play the game and what you prefer to use. Battle with the Lancer, please. Gauss Rifle Squad. I only have Gauss 10s. Part of me is sad that I didn't get the 6s or 4s, but the other part of me is super glad that I didn't, because it would have been such a waste. They gave me, like, offers to get those weapons recently, but it was like $25, $15, $25, something like that. And I was just like, yeah, no, that's not worth it. You just giving your opinion? Yeah. I mean, feel free to give your opinion, but don't necessarily give it as something that people have to pay attention to, because maybe they have a different opinion. Some things are generally better and generally worse, but, like, even Surge. Surge is not widely considered a good mech, but depending on the player, they can use it better than they could use even a Zephyr. It could, like, they could legitimately use something that's considered bad very well, and it becomes better to them than something else would be. So Surge is decent. Yeah, I mean, it's about learning curve. It's not so much about, like, this is better than this. War Robots had that sort of thing, where it's like, this weapon is just objectively better than this weapon in every possible way. But Mech Arena is a bit different in that a lot of it is just learning curve. There are certain mechanics to every mech and weapon that could make it better than other rivaling mechs or weapons. And maybe those circumstances are few and far between, and maybe it, only surpasses a couple with those right circumstances and not a lot of other weapons. And those are generally the mechs and weapons that underperform and the ones that I consider to be bad. But when I say something's bad, it's just because it's not optimal. About the meta, this one guy had Max Stalker with Arc 10s and it didn't work. Then he switched to Stalker with maxed out mortars in the next tournament game. Yikes, he just... I mean, depending on the map, Tournament King. Because Stalker with Arc Torrent is super, super scary. Even the 10s, like, you don't need the 12s. I used to run my Stalker with Arc 10s for the longest time. And I did that until I maxed it out, because Arc 10 is just such a good weapon to use on Stalker. It's better for CPC than for 5v5, granted, but that's just the nature of close and long-range weapons. 5v5 maps are usually a little bit more, like, long-range, and you most of the time get more use out of mortars than you would a close-range weapon. So in terms of, like, tournament, that just It's mostly just because of the map that he was on and the fact that it was tournament and not like CPC. Overall, Arc 10 versus Mortar 10, Mortar 12. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say one is better than the other. They each have their, kind of optimal environment. Spawning that mech outside of its optimal environment is kind of your fault and not the game's or the weapon's fault. Surge can counter Zephyr and Killshot. Not really. I mean, any mech can counter Zephyr and Killshot if you just stay out of range or just avoid them, but that's not really countering. Oh, sorry, Zeno. I didn't mean to ignore your ID. Zephyr battle with Arc 10 and 6. Zephyr's good with arcs. Only the Mortar Legends with Splash and Plant can annihilate him. I mean, or a good Shadow user. If you're talking about, like, killing mortars. Oh, you're saying my hangar's overpowered. I mean, again, my hanger does fall short in the way of that it is not really using any of the meta things. So when I go up against a kill shot, about half the time I'm gonna die. When I go up against a Panther, about half the time I'm gonna die. When I go up against a Zephyr, same thing. Like, I am not well equipped to deal with any of the meta things because a lot of the meta things counter the other meta things, and that just keeps it in a vicious meta spiral that makes everything, that makes those what they are as the best mechs and weapons. I could use Guardian, which is basically just the everything counter, and I do sometimes. Like, Guardian isn't even good because it's fantastic at any one thing. It's good because it's literally the counter to everything. Discs on Guardian are really good. Arcs on Killshot are really good. Shotguns on Shadow are really good. Shotguns on Zephyr are really good. But you got 2 shotgun builds, which is not optimal. And I'll tell you why. I'm okay if you run 2 arc builds, especially if one's a light mech, one's a medium mech. Because at some point in time, if you had both of these maxed, you could use 2 arc 12s on a Zephyr and then arc 10, arc 6 on a Shadow, right? Or you could use 2 arc 6s on Shadow and 2 arc 10s on a Zephyr. And you'll do well, and you'll be able to bring that into late game. But there's nothing you can do with this Shadow after you rank it up. If you keep it with shotguns, there's really not a lot you can do. Shotgun 4s are going to become obsolete super, super quickly. And the Shotgun 8s are going to be really good, but you're not going to be able to replace those Shotgun 4s with more Shotgun 8s because you'll have them over here. So you could replace Shotgun 8s on Zephyr with Missile Rack. Missile Rack works almost just as well on Zephyr, but Shotgun works significantly better on Shadow. Now, you do only have 8 energy, so I'm not necessarily saying to switch it now. Because Shotgun 8s are really, really good. You don't necessarily want to not be using it. But what I would suggest is to, as quickly as possible, probably like after you rank this up once, it would have, what, 10 energy, I think? Yeah. It gets 10 and then 12. Yeah, once it gets 12 energy, or even just after you upgrade your Shotgun 8s a decent amount, to where, like, a single Shotgun 8 is doing better than 2 Shotgun 4s. You could put a single Shotgun 8 on Shadow and then just put Missile Rack 8s on Zephyr and then keep it that way for a while. And that would actually, like, kind of set you up for the long term. In terms of Arachnos, you probably want to replace Arachnos with Panther. Arachnos is great early, but not great later. Looks like you ranked him up once. You definitely don't want to, like, level or rank up Arachnos, to be completely honest. Because even though it's great when you get it, it's super slow and it becomes bad pretty quickly. as other mechs and weapons kind of join the field in like the bots and other players that you face. But this is good build. They're all decent builds. Long arm on Arachnos is probably the best Arachnos that you're gonna get. But I would replace that with a Panther because it's significantly more useful. And yeah, do what I said with the Shadow and Zephyr shotgun conundrum once it comes time for that. Um, Guardians, yeah, Guardian's definitely going to be your heavy hitter. So it's no surprise it's your top mech. But overall, not bad. Guardian is late game Paragon. Kinda, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, Paragon is supposed to be the all-rounder mech, but it never really was. Speed boost isn't that good, really, in any situation. You know, not of that much. Like it probably has the same percentage speed buff that like Shadow gets, and Shadow gets stealth along with it, and it's for a lot longer. So like, why in the world would you use Paragon? I remember Scape talked about it. Scape talked about what? Oh, Brickhouse. Yeah, he didn't have an ability before. You remember the good old beta days? I mean, yeah, it was probably more balanced back then, but to be fair, it was also kind of boring. I joined during beta, and I took a few months off after not too long of playing because it got super repetitive super quick. Gonna go, okay, master, have a good day. Arachnus needs a hole to hide in. Yeah, it's called the trash can. Yeah, Cheetah's a weird one, because, like, it was pretty good. Like, it was decent. And then they buffed it to where it was, like, actually pretty good, but still no one uses it for some reason. Like, it's weird. More people use Paragon late game than they use Cheetah, and I don't understand why. Like, I used to main Cheetah, actually, just for the sake of it. Like, I swapped between maining Shadow and maining Cheetah just because, I got tired of using Shadow all the time. And I used Cheetah with Javelin Reg 6s, which is just it's just such a troll build, and it doesn't require a lot of skill, and I understand that, but still. That was before the buff. Cheetah was really easy to die. Its mines didn't do a whole lot, but I was doing some damage, dude. Bye, have a good night. Alright, good night, Zeno. Cheetah and Shotgun 8 must be great. I have tried it, I think, and it wasn't that good, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Cheetah doesn't really seem to work in the current meta. And that's probably why a lot of people don't really use it. It's the same with MD. Like, they're both decent mechs, but they don't really work with the meta. They don't work against the meta, I guess I should say. Arc 12/6 on Shadow. Well, that's not how a 16 max energy mech works. I could use an Arc 10 in the 6, but I just did. And then I swapped back. Isn't it because you can stun Cheetah easily and Cheetah can't do anything about it? With Tengu, the Zeph stun doesn't work always. I mean, Zephyr can stun literally everything except for Tengu, so technically that should be true of every mech and not just Cheetah. So yeah, I'm not really sure what it is about like Cheetah and MD, but there's like a specific playstyle that you have to have. I haven't quite figured it out, at least in the current meta. It used to be a lot easier to use either of them before like mortars became a major thing and disc launchers were a thing. The best is Arc 12 and 6 on Shadow is the best. Yeah, really? Oh, 10. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's Arc 10 and 6 because it's a max of 16 energy. Man, your voice is majestic. Yeah, no, it's not. My voice cracks a lot. What type of pilot are we expecting? Sing for us. Yeah, no, that's just for me, for my bleeding ears to hear. It's a good question though, Dragon, because it did look like they were potentially teasing another pilot. It definitely wasn't Archangel. It definitely wasn't that legendary beam pilot. And yeah, that really just leaves like artillery or potentially missile. Let me see. So missile, beam, close quarters, sniper, guided, artillery. So there's still quite a lot. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be missile. And the reason for this is purely because in the trailer, I'm pretty sure I saw the Aegis have missile racks. That's all I'm going off of. But I think it could be that. It's either missile or artillery. But I'm going to assume it's going to be missile. If they came out with a legendary artillery pilot right when they came out with a basic counter for artillery, that would be weird, almost counterproductive, but I guess could make sense. Arc 12 and Thermal Lance 4 for Shadow. You were thinking about that? Well, there's a thing about Thermal Lance builds that people don't really seem to understand, is that you need to maintain contact with the Thermal Lance in order for it to do well. That plus it takes a little bit for you to actually build up the overheat. That plus the Thermal Lance also has a terrible mag size. So unless you waste an implant giving it a higher damage or higher mag size, you're not going to get a lot of usage out of it. Well, just higher mag size, I guess, not even damage at that point. You're not going to get a lot of usage out of it, so your average is not going, you're not going to average the 50% buff. You're going to average less than that, more like a, 25 to 30% buff. Weapon, overheat buff. So in general, that makes a 12 energy weapon like in that scenario, as opposed to always being a like 18 energy, because the 12 plus 50% damage from the Thermal Lance would give you 18. It would be closer to 15 or 16. The fact that it could potentially be 15 just makes it, potentially worse. And the fact that the reload with the Thermal Lance doesn't actually, it doesn't cooperate precisely with the reload of the Arc Torrent, since they're slightly off balanced in that, ammo and reload aspect, then you can't, pair them together and time it really well. If you did double Arc Torrent, you could just be like, okay, you go in, you use your ammo, and then you go back and reload both. as opposed to like, one's reloaded but the other's not. What the heck do you do with that? It's all pretty no legendary artillery pilot will come out. Yeah, pretty much. An Indian voice or my ostrich voice. It can't be that much better though, really. I call the new pilot Cleo, short for Cleopatra. Why though? Mayor made a video about it. Just about everybody made a video about it. Did Mayor actually say something about it? Or did Mayor just like post the the what's it called? The trailer or the teaser, whatever. Like there's like 4 or 5 different channels that I'm subscribed to, and they're not saying anything about it. They're just posting a trailer that Mech Arena made, and they're getting views for it. Like to me, it's just like, okay, you didn't do anything for that. All you did was put that on your own channel and then add end cards directing people to your actual content. Like if you're gonna include a trailer or something that someone else made, at least put something of yours to it. Like, make it yours somehow. Add your opinion, your expectations, your predictions. That's why I'm absolutely never going to do something like that. Like, I'll do like predictions because I like to kind of I like to try to predict what they're going to do next because that's sometimes kind of fun. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm not. But, if it's just completely someone else's thing, then that's just dumb to me. It's probably a legendary guided pilot because guided pilots are good reasoning, Lightspeed. You think the new pilot would be guided? I don't know why. Missile pilots. Dragon. Is this something you want to tell the class? The comments are duplicating. Oh no. They're multiplying. Now there are 2 of them. I call the end pilot. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that ender. Question: KSO will return next week? Yes or no? I never even watched KSO's Mech Arena content, to be completely honest. I heard that he kind of took a break from it or didn't really want to do it anymore. Thanks, Ruffles. Great answer. I don't know what that was in response to. It probably made sense at the time, but I'm way too behind chat. Am I gonna play? Let's try your favorite build, Cheetah with Railgun 16. Man, I said this before. People think like maxed out light mech, it has 16 energy now. I could fit a railgun on that. Must be like the best light mech build is a light mech with a railgun 16. It's actually not. A single railgun 16. Not only does it not do a ton of damage, with certain mechs, you would use all 3 shots just trying to take them out, and it's going to be a stupid amount of reload time. Light mechs have the advantage in that they have a lot of speed, which makes them very good for close quarters, and you don't want to waste that with a railgun. It's a beam assault pilot. Okay. Should you buy Nova or G-Lock? G-Lock is super useful. I think, in general, G-Lock is one of the most used pilots out there. Because close range, especially arc torrent implants, are really, really good. It does, yeah, it does kind of depend, Prince, but in general, GLOC I think is the most used, and you probably get the most usage out of it. Ugh. I'm not really sure I plan on playing anymore. I might stop it here. It's been like 3 hours. Got some of my combat points back. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you got any last second questions, I may or may not answer it, depending on how long that would take. But I enjoyed the stream. We ended up talking a lot about random different things. Jab on Cheetah. Last game. I mean, I could. I kind of wanted to stop, but I guess I got one more game left in me, huh? In terms of battle points. So yeah, why not? I use Jevates. And then I want you. I don't think you have any implants. No, you do not. I won't upgrade them, but I'll throw them on because they do something. Don't I have Jev? Oh yeah, Jev damage. Jeez, missed it. So it's like 8%. It's alright. Can you stream for just a bit longer? Customs maybe. Well, I mean, I'm playing one more game with Cheetah. Don't really want to start customs because then that gets into like a big old thing of where it kind of never stops. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I like doing customs, but I don't want it to get old, so I kind of try to keep it to. This isn't really the best map for Jiv Cheetah, is it? But I do try to keep customs to just Sunday, so it doesn't get boring for anybody. Because I know it does get kind of repetitive. Like, not gonna lie. Oh, you moved at the last second, you bad person. Bye. I feel like jab 8s make a different sound than they used to. Is that just me? They definitely sound different to me. Goodbye. Oh, he's using... Interesting. I'll just do that. Oh, not that one. Not exactly optimal. Okay, nice. Since he's capturing it, since they're capturing it, oh, I missed one of them hit the ceiling. Okay, this guy, it's gonna cause me problems. Yeet. Okay, mortars, me no likey. Aw. They definitely sound different. Like, did they not sound different to anybody else? They definitely sound different to me. Oh, thank you. I was gonna die. I'm not hitting a lot of these. Okay, dude. Fine. Stream start to look like Minecraft paintings. Really? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I have to ask. Hello there. Goodbye. Yep, he's causing me problems. Take care of that guy in a second. Fair enough. Neon Alpha must be the best skin for anything out there. I mean, it's most people's way of saying, oh, I got the achievement for this. Because they don't have, like, any legendary skins. It's most people's go-to cool skin if they haven't gotten any of the legendary ones, so... It's alright, though. I don't think it's bad. Yes, stand there, please. Please stand there. Goodbye. Please also stream on Twitch. I do stream on Twitch. I mean, I won't be today, probably. But I do. Do I have the link for it? I don't think I do. Might be able to make it though. Can I edit this on my phone? It's irritating because, like, yeah, no, I can't. I can put it in the chat though, I guess. There you go. That is my Twitch link. I stream, I don't know, probably like once a week at this point. But I do like to. Ruffles, do you prefer beta or meta Mech Arena? In terms of like the way Mech Arena used to be versus the way it is now. I think for all the complaining people do, and all the complaining that I do, even, like, for as bad as rocket mortars are, for as, like, bad as, like, all these meta things are, I actually prefer it this way than I did back in beta. And the reason was just the only reason. It was just because there wasn't a lot of available variety in beta. There was basically nothing. Everybody was using, like, you know, railguns and carbines, and that was about it. There's obviously going to be a meta regardless of, you know, what stage of the game they're in. And now there's maybe a bit more, but I don't know. For as much as people complain about pilots, they're very accessible. And free-to-play players, I've seen more free-to-play players have maxed out pilots than I do. I only have one maxed out pilot. And I've seen multiple free-to-play players with multiple maxed out pilots. So, like, it's not even that you can't do it. They're super cheap to upgrade. And since, like, the fact that implant parts and pilot marks are different currencies, people see that as like oh, that's terrible, but that actually makes it better for free to play because that means they don't have to waste their A coins on pilots. They're gaining those currencies while they're gaining A coins also. You think Sentry ditched us? I think he had to go. But yeah, in general, I prefer the way it is now. because there's a lot more variety. You can actually use different stuff. Back in beta, it's basically nothing you could use. Like, I think like arc wasn't even invented yet. So like in terms of weapons, there was literally just like missile rack, railgun, and carbine. That was it. So yeah. Okay. So you have Discord? Can you add me? Yeah, go ahead. I'll friend as many people as, as want to friend me on Discord, just not on the game, because when I have a lot of friends on the game, they invite me to games constantly, and that gets in the way when I'm trying to record, when I'm trying to stream, and all that stuff. So, also, you saw a lot more Guardian in beta. Yeah, Guardian was definitely more meta in beta because there was just less mechs to choose from, to be fair. There was basically nothing to choose from, honestly. Like, there was the mechs that overperform and there was the mechs that underperform, but there were not very many middle mechs like there are now. But yeah, I think a link to my Discord server is in the description. So if you join that, you can find me through it. You can leave the Discord server right after if you really don't want to be there, but you can you can find me through that anyway. So, all right. I think that's going to be it though, guys. Surgeon Redux didn't even exist yet. Exactly. Yeah. Neither of them are great, but like still they are sort of middle mechs. I consider them to be anyway. They're not like basically unusable mechs late game. They're definitely usable. And that's really all I want is just more variety in terms of usable mechs and weapons. They don't need to be fantastic. I just want them to not be terrible. But yeah, I think that'll be it for real this time. Um, yeah, maybe I'll put up a poll on in Discord and also on like a community post asking how many people would be interested in seeing like my art channel. I don't do a lot with it, but maybe I would if I got a few more views from some of you guys. So who knows? Thanks for being here, Jimmy. Killshot, Panther, and Guardian were the most used mechs. Exactly. When they got rid of duplicate mechs, I was so happy because that just made it so much less boring. But everybody was like, no, my second Killshot with the exact same build as the first one. No, my second Panther with the exact same build as the first one. I think Killshot, Panther, and Zephyr were actually the ones that I saw the most. But yeah, it just made it so that there was literally no variety. They ran the same builds on them. They didn't even run different builds on the same mech. It was just yeah, it was boring. But I'm happier with the way it is now. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, I'll be streaming on YouTube on Sunday like I normally do. Same times I did here, 11 a.m. So I'll actually be doing custom matches that day. So if you want that, make sure to be there. I'll probably be streaming for like 3-4 hours at least. So, I wouldn't necessarily worry about being 30 minutes, hour late. You should probably be fine. Terms of Twitch, I got the link to my Twitch up in chat somewhere. And yeah, you can follow that. I'm live there sometimes, maybe once a week. It is kind of just random times whenever I feel like it. I do want to make a Twitch schedule to actually stick with, but that depends on several general schedule changes that I have going on, like in my personal life right now. So I'm not gonna do that until I know exactly what I'm gonna do in terms of my day schedule. So, either way, thank you all for being here. It was fun. I'll see you next time.